Travis Scott is always teasing us with new music, but over the past couple of weeks, it has been a lot of teasing when it comes to that new music, more so than we thought he would do after the release of Utopia in 2023. So today we'll go over why he's teasing his new song that people are calling Mexico City on WWE for like the fourth time at this point. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So let's start out with what happened before we take a look at where he previously did that. So we've had this WWE appearance from Travis Scott at this exclusive Netflix WWE event, Raw event that they had going on Monday, January 6th. So this, at the point of recording this, was 2 days ago at night. And there, Travis Scott was the guest, was the performer. But also, they teased some of his music just randomly in the intro to this Netflix special. So they had this whole just scenes of the arena, and we could hear in the back this song that we've already talked about in the last video being played. The song that we've also heard previously, but we'll talk about that in a second. Then Travis also came into Fiend, which definitely was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool moment. Also, he was smoking a blunt while he was just casually walking in there. A lot of people already posted memes about that, so that was pretty iconic. I can't lie. That was a really cool scene right there. And then also we've had him hyped up in the ring, him just jumping around, him going crazy. We know Travis can do this. And for example, also maybe you've seen this, The Rock. So Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson went live on Instagram, and just randomly in the middle of his live, he ran into Travis Scott backstage, and the two of them were just like dabbed each other up. It was kind of like a wholesome moment. I didn't know the two were that close. And also we've gotten pictures of Travis, for example, with The Undertaker behind the scenes. So Travis was there really behind the scenes, more than just the performing act that came out in the middle of it. But also, considering Instagram Lives now, we also got an Instagram Live from Travis before he went on into the ring, into the arena performing Fiend, where he also played in the background that new song that we, at some point, as I said, fans are calling it Mexico City. We'll talk about how that could be in a second, but important is to note that we've gotten this new song now also being teased at on Travis Live, and then also later on at the actual event being played by the WWE. And here's the interesting part, because obviously we've had this exact song being played on WWE before. I made a video on it in, I believe, December, where we also had this being played at Monday Night Raw, where we've had two different occasions where they used this song to just promote the thing or to post a snippet of it. We've had it in this one thing for the SmackDown where we could hear it in this clip with this car. We also had another occasion with it where they were playing it also like they did at this Netflix event now, where in just like the intro to the Monday Night Raw. So this was also happening before. And also you might remember, we also heard this same snippet. So this is actually, as I said, the fourth time that we're now hearing this, all combined from Travis Live to the new WWE to twice WWE before, and then also for Complex Con. We've had this kind of advertisement promotion for Complex Con at the Sphere in Las Vegas, where we had the big Sphere, obviously, opening up saying "looking for Utopia," and then the exact same song was being played right there. And I mean, that was probably one of the best snippets we've also heard just from the quality of it, but this is actually the new song that Travis is very obviously teasing right now, just because it is the only song that we're getting. Now, let me talk about why people call it Mexico City. This is not official. This is not from anywhere. It's just something that people started calling it because, as you might remember, we've had a theory about Travis naming his new album after the city that he was in during the Utopia tour and recording. So as you might remember, Travis posted Instagram stories during the Utopia tour where he said that he was in the studio or setting up a studio before every show. So he was recording almost daily in different cities. And then you might remember we also had this one tweet from January 14th, 2024, so almost exactly a year ago at this point, where somebody said, imagine an album where each song is the city it was made in on the tour. And then Travis just replied to this, are you in my brain or what? So insinuating, suggesting that this is actually the case, which is kind of weird because it's a very specific thing that the person said, and Travis then replied, are you in my brain or what? So that it's likely that that is at least something that he's done over the course of the Utopia tour. So this thing being called Mexico City is not too far-fetched. Maybe he made the song in Mexico City. That is kind of like the most obvious version we would have for this. So it's really not that far off, and we know that Travis is also working on a new album because in the documentary for Days Before Rodeo, the re-release that came out in August of last year at this point, we're in January, remember, it's not 2024 anymore, he also said in that documentary that he was working on a new album, which is something that artists, I know, they always say, they're always working on a new album. But in the case for Travis, it's been 1.5 years ever since Utopia dropped. And I do believe that within 1.5 years, especially if you've now also been off tour for half a year, you at some point started working on a new album. Now, this song, this Monday Night Raw or now Netflix WWE song, will likely be at least one of the next releases that we're getting. You don't just hint at a song like that because, I mean, he very clearly knows that if he just plays an unreleased song at some event that he's performing at, people will pick up on it. People will care about it. It's not like just some elevator music he makes because WWE asked him, can you make a song that's kind of fits like the intro vibe? They could have just used any other song or any other Travis song for that matter. They obviously have a collab with him and he wants to kind of leak or snippet some of the unreleased music he has. And this song, I mean, we haven't talked about the song itself. I already talked about it in the last one, but in this video, I do like it. I think it has a very triumphant vibe to it. We've now also in the new snippets, especially on his live, heard the verses for the first time. Before that, with the Sphere at the Complex Con thing, we only heard kind of like the hook or the instrumental intro to it. As I said, those horns. So I'm happy that we got a more extended version. But it's definitely a song that I would have to hear in its full release, fully mastered, mixed out on streaming to really gauge what it sounds like. Because right now it's really difficult just because we just have these low quality kind of messy recordings from different sources and you have to kind of piece it together in your brain. But that's going to be it. Travis apparently has a new song. People are calling it Mexico City. It would make sense fitting into the theory of are you in my brain or what? And this song has been aggressively teased at by WWE on multiple occasions and Travis himself as well. So likely this will be somewhere coming out in the near future. But I do want to know what y'all think about this. What do you think of the song? What do you think it's called? Did you watch the WWE event? What did you think of Travis' performance? And when do you think Travis is dropping new music? All of that, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day and y'all take care.